Met Lave the Brave. A female thing. This is 67. And finally, local female. I hadn't played 99 Nights in the Forest for a while, and when I finally returned, I noticed that several new features had been added to the game. I wasn't sure what the pot would reward us with, but I decided to focus on it anyway. I realized I needed to gather flowers for the fairy, so I spent the entire night doing just that. With enough flowers gathered, I bought everything I could from the fairy. In the meantime, my teammates had been gathering pumpkins and storing them for some reason I couldn't quite understand. Night fell, and I finally managed to collect the last ingredient. Oh, what a disappointment. It was just sweets. My teammates were punished for some reason. On day 2, I set out to rescue the first child. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know you could wear costumes. I think this one suits me the best. And yet more trash from the pot. That night, the aliens arrived, and I was eager to get my hands on some good gear. Brave Leave got to it first, and to my amazement, he decided to give me the ray gun. Brave Lev stayed behind while I was heading back to camp, when suddenly he was overtaken by the aliens. Lev, no! I revived Brave Lev and made my way back to camp. This was the first time 67 had ever died, and at that moment I had no idea he was actually a pro at it. He had died just outside the camp, but unfortunately I had no bandages to help him. Isn't it great when you have a team that genuinely cares for each other? Both Brave Lev and the female thing had come to his aid. That was the first night the cultists came to attack us. We all fought bravely, including Willow, 67's pet. Sadly, the dog died, leaving me in tears. The next day, as I gathered fuel for the campfire, 67 was dead again, this time killed by the aliens in the spaceship. Since nobody else seemed eager to rescue him, I knew I had to do it myself. I've rescued teammates from the spaceship countless times, but this time I miserably failed. The aliens seemed to anticipate my plan and got me as soon as I entered. Oh, the tragedy. I was dead on day 7, and both 67 and I had to spend several hours bleeding out while waiting for someone to help us. Nobody cared about us. They were either too selfish or too afraid to try. All except one. Yes, Mr. Brave Leve. Brave Lev managed to infiltrate the spaceship and fought the aliens courageously until he finally succeeded in reviving me. Once I was back on my feet, I revived 67, and together we all made it out safely. Back at camp, things didn't look too promising. The campfire had been neglected, useless shelves cluttered the perimeter, and teammates were running around chaotically. Everyone was eager to get more garbage from the pot, including me, I suppose. I needed a new costume before setting out to gather fuel for the dying campfire. I suppose this is the consequence of not paying full attention to the campfire like I usually do. It was only day 13, and our campfire had already gone out. Disgusting! The cultists arrived that night once again, and before I could return to add fuel to the fire, tragedy struck. 67 was killed. The female thing brought him back to life, and although the team was already struggling on day 13, at least we all seemed united. The next night, the local female succumbed just inches from the camp. But the female thing quickly patched her up. Seeing that my teammates weren't rescuing the children, I decided to take matters into my own hands. Proudly, I returned to camp with the second child and a bundle of ingredients. Is that all the pot ever rewards you with? Kinda lame. That day, we lost a brave hero. Leave vanished from the game without a trace. And after a few minutes that night, the female thing also decided to abandon us. This was a heavy blow to the team's morale, and it became evident as they began to die. But as they say, hope is the last thing to fade. The same wolf that had previously mauled the local female was now trying to attack 67, and despite my impeccable aim, 67 lost his life. A situation all too familiar. After playing with hundreds of teams, I can already tell, when their enthusiasm fades, their will to survive follows. I wanted to motivate them by rescuing the third child, but unfortunately, that was never going to happen. The map hadn't been expanded enough yet. It never ceases to amaze me how players complain about needing food, as if anyone else had the responsibility to feed them. Ridiculously sad. Obvious statements are met with obvious questions and equally obvious answers. The cultists returned that night, and so did the complete lack of survival instinct. In the end, 67 proved to be a useless ingredient. To be honest, if I have bandages, I revive dead players. If I have money, I buy crap. Basically, it all comes down to what resources I have. And when the fire is dying and you haven't rescued the remaining children, the best course of action is to buy shelves. And furniture too, of course. At the very least, some visual improvements to the base might motivate my teammates. The base was complete. The following morning, as my team tossed 1 or 2 logs into the campfire, 67 died of hunger. I continued chopping down trees for my teammates when the local female also died of hunger. I brought her a juicy steak and tended to her wounds. The local female was so touched by my kindness that she even sent me a friend request. Fine. Hey everyone, 67 was hungry. Watching the campfire die is heartbreaking every single time. Later that night, the cultists returned one final time. Both 67 and the local female were obliterated by the cultists, igniting a fiery desire in me to avenge my foolish yet beloved teammates. But no matter how many times I struck the cultists with my fishing rod, they ultimately prevailed, bringing this journey to a tragic end.